to First and Sharon's Doctor Who 60th week. Welcome to First and Sharon's 5-minute reviews. The End of Time. The End of Time. The End of Time is a story that I've had different opinions on ever since broadcast. David Tennant finished in a strong way, not as great as I've seen with other Doctors. However, he was still very strong. The arc the Doctor goes through in his best specials concludes when he has to deal with his fate, especially at the end when he says, well, but at the cost of his own life, and that is so sad. And the anger, which, yes, I can have arguments for, but I still think it's really good. Bernard Cribbins is perfect in this episode. He was facing a dilemma and was there for the Doctor when he needed to be, especially with Donna's memory situation. He was like a little kid that was unboxing his surprises, plus he was there for when the Doctor had to face his fate, and I liked that, and I was there for the guy when he was emotional. Really loved it. John Sim and Timothy Dalton were good friends. I love their motives for the Master and Ruslan, the Master race and wanting to break Gallifrey out of this time lock and destroy Earth to take its place. I like the fact that the conflict at the end is interesting because the Doctor has to choose between stopping the Master or stopping Ruslan, and he ends up sending Ruslan back, and then the Master saves the Doctor by giving Ruslan a piece of his mind very masterly, and I like that because it makes it interesting. But the damage ends up causing the Doctor's regeneration as well, which is sad. With the Donna Noble situation, I don't think she was given enough in this episode, and I know it's understandable with what happened in Journey's End. It's the same with Shaun Temple, but I think when we see the 60th, I think they will have their moment. I'm so excited for them. But that saying, I do love the whole wedding thing, and I like the fact that there is a device that protects Donna when it gets too much. But I'm interested to see what happens with it in the 60th, because I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm really nervous for her. The Vivace were legends. Rossiter and Adams did a great job. I definitely enjoy Adams being so ranty, as it makes me really fret. I'm like, when she goes, this ship can't move. It said, this is my ship and you're not moving it away. Step away from the wheel. It's so classic and so comedy, and I love Adams. I actually liked Rossiter as well, because he ended up fighting the Master's missiles alongside Wolf, and it's still one of my favourite scenes. I just can't stop thinking about it, and it's so enjoyable. Go on, boys. The farewell scene was very touching. Do I think it went too long? I'm going to be honest, yes. However, I think the more I think about it, I think it was necessary. But I would have loved Russell T Davies to have brought more action. There definitely were some standout moments from each of the farewell scenes with Sarah Jane, Luke, Will, Mickey, Jack, Verity, which is a surprise because I know I give Human Nature and Fanbook a hard time, but yeah, it works. Donna, Martha, Sean, Mickey, Sylvia, and of course Jackie and Rose. That scene with Rose at the end, love that closure. I like the fact that it's Sigma who signifies the regeneration for the Doctor and is there for him as he goes back into the TARDIS. It has grown on me a bit. I still do have issues with that emotional side to 10. I mean, it's okay, but that last line does feel a bit divisive. Is it a bit too much? Yes, but I get it. I think now those adoption, it would be icing on cake if they were able to bring closure to that. I don't know if I have, but that's what I would love. But it's still better than it was, in my personal opinion. I actually felt like Jack and King was iconic as usual, especially with the TARDIS and shouting at it. I love Claire Bloom. She was definitely quite cute, and I enjoyed that. I also felt June Whitmer was a legend. It was a good ending to Tens. It's not my favourite, however, it's still memorable. And Russell T Davies ended his first year on high, and Murrigo brought some emotional moments with the soundtrack. Thank you for listening to the 5-minute review. Please like and subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest regular episodes and reviews. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Fasman Jarins and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya!